I'm Barbara. I'm living since 27 years in Tortuguero. I am a biologist, and so I'm quite addicted to the rainforest. And that was the reason why I came to Tortuguero, and I started to work as a volunteer of the national park. So that was how I arrived in Tortuguero. I'm part of the environmental committee of Tortuguero as well. Like I am an Covirenas, what means like an environmental inspector or volunteer of the national park. Yes, and of course my goal always has been conservation of the rainforest and of course as well of the turtles. We really need a very healthy population of domestic animals, yes. Not only because each dog and each cat needs to be well, yes, so as well for the interaction between wildlife, because on one side as well we have our domestic population as predators of wildlife, and on the other side so they could transmit diseases as well to animals of the rainforest. And for my part, as we don't have any veterinarian here in Tortuguero, so I try to help where I can, yes, but it's sometimes quite difficult, yes, because I'm not a vet, so I'm limited, yes, in this point. And we have a really long way to get to a veterinary in this moment, and of course it's very expensive as well. Just beside that it costs a lot of money as well. If I have to go, I need to take a day off as well, what as well is sometimes a problem, because everybody here is working hard and it's not always easy to take a day off if your animal is sick. So you have to pay to take a bigger animal out, because public transportation doesn't take here any animals on the bus. It's very limited to people that they really can go to a clinic. I started very slowly. The first castration clinics, yes, so we started to organize in Tortuguero, as we had a real problem, because as there was no control of population, yes, so we had sometimes that animals, especially dogs, have been poisoned, yes. And in one case, for example, my dogs has been poisoned as well. And that was the moment, yes, I do had, for coincidence, the medicine in my home, but I never had injected a dog. And that was like, well, do it or the dog gonna die. And actually I saved the dog. So I was very happy with that. And like this, I learned it on the hard way. Just like, fortunately, so this situation is a lot better, as we do regular castration clinics now as well with rice, but it's really very, very helpful to Tortuguero. So there are times, yes, so I have like per day, so 3-4 dogs, and very often I just have really to tell the people, please take a taxi and go the next day to the vet, because as well my help is limited. I'm not a vet. Yes, I try to help where I can, but this is very important. I do a work as well where I'm not professional, and we need somebody professional. That's important as well. In 2015, we got the first epidemic of distemper in Tortuguero, yes, where a lot of dogs died. I put alarm to the national park, but so still nobody in this moment was ready for exactly that this could as well cause a big problem to the national to the wildlife, especially because as well, so there are animals like raccoons coming to the village, and they are very close to dogs and they can transmit it. The jaguar, who as well could feed on a dog which has distemper disease and like this, so the diseases could be transmitted to the animals. So well, as there was no vet, and so I started just to learn, well, that I can try with antibiotics, and so I could save some dogs. And in 2021, we got another epidemic of distemper, and it was really like awful because a lot of dogs were dying. And as well, it was like very sad because especially I was taking care of dogs and I couldn't save them, but there was as well nobody there who could put them to sleep. So it was really, well, as well for Corona, it was very difficult to get a dog out. Yes, because everything was closed. That was just like during Corona. Then finally, there were a lot of open ears and eyes. Yes, so that this really affects wildlife. And maybe in the second distemper epidemic, I got a little bit popular because I really saved a lot of animals, like 50%. Still, we are in a situation, yes, so that it's very hard for people. So even if they are willing to vaccinate their dogs and cats, yes, still they have to go outside. And so we are very pleased, yes, to the help we got from Rice, yes, who helped us to vaccinate the dogs. But still, we need that each year. So of course, we have animals which just get sick, yes, and sometimes so they just will die on the transportation because it's too far away. And let's tell us, it's not just dogs and cats, it's as well wildlife, because sometimes we have accidents, yes, like so monkeys are coming inside the village and they will be electrocuted or just hurt by electricity, yes, or a dog could attack a turtle or whatever. So it's as well hard. So the national park, they have to take as well the animals of the forest out, at least to Guapiles, yes. And so if we could have a clinic here, yes, so as well the vet could help all these animals, yes, and they could be released immediately again in the tropical rainforest of Tortuguero. Instead, if we have to bring them out, of course the animal suffers an incredible stress, and just for this stress a wild animal can die, yes. And beside that, if you bring it out, it's very hard again to introduce it in the rainforest. So as well, if we would have a clinic here, it would not help only our dogs and cats, wild animals which are hurt, so in Tortuguero. If we would have a clinic in Tortuguero, so first, in any emergency case, yes, so we could bring dogs and cats directly to the clinic. Has the chance to vaccinate, and we can look, for example, for this, that everybody does it, yes. So, and all animals are castrated in Tortuguero, what is very important as well to control the population. We could take care about wild animals, yes, which in any form are hurt, for being close to human population, because of course, as the human population is close to the national park, there are certain things where wild animals could be affected. My hope for the future actually is that we're gonna have in Tortuguero as well a human population who really love their domestic animals, and they do have access to a veterinary. What means as well, beside that, we would have a healthy dog and cat population, that we would have as well responsible owners. I hope in the future so that we don't have too much interaction between domestic animals and wildlife. Means as well, so if we have a healthy animals population, people will take care more about their dogs, so there will be hopefully no more interaction between cats and dogs predating on turtles or lizards or birds. So if it happens like a jaguar would hunt a dog or cat, there is no risk that the jaguar could be infected by any disease. That they have no risk to get transmitted any dog disease. Well, if somebody contributes or donate to the wet clinic of Tortuguero, it's just like a donation directly to conservation. It will help to protect jaguars, especially jaguars, yes, because there's really a high risk for this population to get diseases. And as well, it helps that dogs and cats, they really get a healthy life in Tortuguero. Well, one of my dreams really is to have a veterinary clinic in Tortuguero, and I would be so happy if we could really realize that with your donations. And your donation really goes directly to conservation, and thank you so much, really, to help this small community.